Hello everyone, I thought I'd show you my glass bead making setup. I've been trying to find out how to do this for ages. I've recently done this myself, so this is a brand new setup for me. Very excited to be making glass beads finally. You can see what I've done already, just the experimental ones there. Basically, you get a mandrel, you heat it in the flame of the end of this minor torch. This bit on top here is a marver, so you use that to shape the glass when you're making the beads if you need to. So setting this torch up was a bit of a nightmare because I had no idea what I was doing, and there wasn't a video like this to show me the exact way to set it up. So I thought I'd make one to show you. So I've got my torch clamped to the table here. I've got a heat resistant surface underneath. I've got my ventilation hose and fan right behind it, which leads out of the window, so that I can ventilate when I'm torching, and that prevents any build-up of fumes or that kind of thing. The propane torch, it is a propane torch. This is the hose that attaches to the torch, and the hose goes out of the window and then outside to the tank, because you should store propane outside ideally. This turns on the propane, this turns on the oxygen, and the oxygen comes in through this pipe here, and the oxygen concentrator is underneath my desk here. Now the oxygen helps the flame burn hotter, so it makes a really good hot flame so you can melt your glass and make your beads. These are mandrels. And if you're making beads, you can make beads on a mandrel. You wind the glass around the mandrel in the flame. So there's the torch. You'd hold it about here in the flame to melt the glass. And inside those pots, there's a annealing bubble. So when you've made your bead, you can pop it straight in the bubble, and that stops it from pressure cracking, cooling down too quickly and having stress and causing cracks and things like that. And these are glass rods that I've been using. This is a tool to insert bubbles inside beads, and you can encase them in clear afterwards. You can see the bubbles inside the beads, which is quite exciting. This is bead release that you need to put onto the mandrel. It's just like a liquid solution that dries. You can either dry it in the flame, or you can stand it in the bubble and just let it dry, and that stops the glass from sticking to the mandrels. I've got various other tools down here, like there's a shaping marver here if I want to put holes in my glass, and there's a mandrel marver here that I can either use the flat side or this corrugated side. These are glasses that I wear when I make my beads, so that it does two things. It protects your eyes from the flame, but it also reduces the orange flare, because you can see that they're tinted blue. So it means that you can actually see what you're doing inside the flame a lot easier as well, so that's quite handy. These are glass rods that you melt in the flame and wind around the mandrels. And there's this thing here that's a glass press. You can make lentil shaped beads with that one in particular, but you can get all types of presses, round and pillow and various other ones. If you Google for presses, you'll see what I'm talking about. And that basically is the setup. So you've got your ventilation fan there, and it reaches right up to there and goes out of the window. So yeah, that's it really. The ventilation fan, I think, was the biggest stretch for me, even though I had to crimp these pipes onto here. Usually they come with pipes, but I had to fit a longer one to mine because I'm on the first floor here. Oh, that's another marver on the top for shaping beads and stuff. So anyway, yeah, if you're ever wondering how to set it up, this is the ideal way. That's it. Thanks a lot. Bye.